What up, fam? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. This is Agree to Disagree. The Eagles are 4-0 when we went to Tampa and sunk the pirate ship, baby. Giddy up.
Uncle Sweeps, Nick Delgazzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
Welcome in, everybody. This is Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio, every Sunday. Brought to you by our doc. Make them yours. Dr. Paul Vidal, specialized physical therapy, locations in Burlington, Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Find on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. As always, Nick Delgazzo. I'm Tom Arnone. No Greg Mwakovic tonight. He was in Tampa for the game. And no Brian Wilson because he's a 21-year-old living his best life out in the streets. But show must go on. We'll do Crumb of the Week at the end of the show. Offensive struggles at times continue for the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll talk about it. We'll give you our players of the game from another win. And they end Tampa, who had late game magic all year. So they end their magic in their own place. So we got a lot to go over. But let's get into the poll question because, listen, that's the most important thing at hand. And it's A.J. Brown's limited role in the offense is a bigger concern for the Eagles than the current lack of QB pressure from the defensive line. Agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. That's where we're live. Everywhere you get your podcasts, we're there as well. Hit the like, subscribe, follow. Most importantly, join the conversation. I'll be honest with you. I don't think either one is this big concern. And you might be like, oh, Kool-Aid Tommy.
Hey, Kool-Aid.
Hey, Tommy, Kool-Aid. Tommy Abe, right? But it's not that. What it is a football team that's won 21 games now. They've won 21 games in a row together when they've all played the game, when they've all been in the game together, those four guys. Think about it. That's absurd. That's absurd. So at a certain point, I'm not concerned. What I'm more concerned about when it comes to would say, oh yeah, I'm more concerned about AJ because AJ can start right and getting all upset. So that would be my concern more than the offensive concern because they're going to figure that out. They're 4-0. Like they went into the Tampa, a place that they have not played well. And when you did the schedule in whenever it came out in the springtime, everybody guaranteed, oh, Tampa, there's an L. Oh, in August, when we're doing our preseason ones, everybody, no. And then as soon as this week came, everybody last week, I think I was 31-24, just saying. First time I ever got that right, I think. But was it? No, it wasn't 31-24 because there was a safety. It was 6 points. Yeah, a lot of difference. So I wasn't right again. But either way, fact that matters, they're 4-0. And it's a place they haven't played well, and everybody called it a loss because of those reasons. Right? We got lucky with no Mike Evans this week, obviously. And that's why I thought it would be a win for the Eagles, is because Mike Evans is that impactful for them. But that's where the concern for AJ would come in with the Eagles. But I'm not concerned about anything with the Philadelphia Eagles. Right? Nolan Smith will get healthy. Right? Darius Thomas had some good pressures today. So I thought defensively they were better pressures, but I got no concern over this defense. This defense was in the Florida. They were on the beach. They were on the beach playing football in 101 today. Okay, the whole entire second half. The entire second half of a football game, and they made big plays. They made the big plays. Like they might have get the ball driven on them. They might have given up big plays, but they also made the big plays again in the key moments. That's what defines a great football team. That's all they are. But we can be picky because that's what we're going to do, rightfully so. And I'm picky too. But I'm more concerned about AJ being just AJ than I am of this defense even a little bit. The defense, I'm not even concerned a little bit. Cooper DeJean's the best tackling cornerback in the National Football League. And I've seen that. So I watch enough football. That guy tackles everything. One-on-one tackles, he doesn't miss. It's amazing. Doesn't miss. It's like a video game. Sweeps. It's like me in a video game. Like I'm just going to short tackle, one-on-one in the open field. Yep, I got you. You know, you might get a catch on me, but you're not going anywhere. Nice to have you. There's my rant. So I don't have it. I don't have an agree or disagree. I guess I disagree with all of it.
Yeah, Ringo's the opposite of the best tackler. But yeah, listen, I know what you're saying. I mean, it's hard to win football games in this league. So, I mean, again, we sit here every Sunday. We sit here every Sunday, and it's like, I mean, they might have won 19 of 20. I'm not sure the last time they lost. You know, so it's
Washington.
You become
when Jail got hurt.
Exactly. So, I mean, I understand. You know, you become spoiled. You know, as a fan base. You know, so it doesn't mean that you can't sit here and talk about things. I mean, that's the beauty of it, and that's why we're here. That's why you can sit on your couch. That's why you can, drive in a car, talk to your friends about it, talk to your wife about it. Hey, let's talk about it. That's why we're here. You know what I mean? So there's nothing wrong with that, right? But at the end of the day, it might not be pretty, right? But when one unit, that's why they're a great football team, because if one unit ain't doing it, then another unit is doing it. So now you got 2 weeks in a row where special teams has been out of their mind. Right? I mean, talk about a tone setter. You block a punt and scoop and score. Right there on the road. I mean, there's how you set a tone right there. All right, and then you build a big lead offensively. You looked. You did enough in the first half, whether there was some different looks. Obviously, it's still the short passing game. They don't stretch the field. So and no lane, I get that, but they don't stretch the field enough for my likings. But again, they still move the football, and then when they got inside the 10, inside the 5, they got cute, they got a little gadgety, and it worked. So again, I mean, how could you fault that? So, but yeah, I would say that I'm not worried about anything defensively. All right, but I would say AJ Brown being sort of, I think that's going to be an issue, right? Because everybody tells you they want to win. And I'm not saying he does. All right, everybody tells you, and I want to win. Right, let you catch 2 balls for 7 yards for 17 straight weeks, and you're in Jalen's face, and you're in Nick's office. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Right, you can tell me you won't be, but yeah, I'll fucking no chance that you're just holding hands and singing the Lion King song. Ain't gonna happen, right? Wide receivers are divas, and that's it, right? Yeah. And he's a bad man, right? And he's hard to tackle. And I know he wants the football. Of course, everybody does, right? So when you're losing, it's easier to complain and say, "Hey, listen, give me the football because I can help us win," right? But when you're winning, that's obviously that's a tough meeting to have. Right, but I would be concerned about just keeping him happy. You gotta. That's a guy that you need to keep happy.
Well, he was giving up on routes today, to be honest with you. And Jason Avant said this in the post.
If he's not in the game plan, then that's when the disinterest comes. You know what I mean? Where it's like, block? I know what you're saying.
But I'm just saying,
do you want to block? No,
we don't get him involved early in football games, and that's what you want with star players. They need to be involved early, right? So if you don't get them involved early, it starts to fester, okay? And that's our point that we're saying. Like, it starts to fester, and if that continues over week after week, now, luckily last week they got him involved, right? They got him involved in the second half, and he had a big second half. Okay, so you think you're coming to the end of that, but they couldn't get him involved early. Well, they tried to with 2 for 7 or 1 for whatever it was for 4 or 5 yards. At whatever quarter that was in the first half, but there's something. They're trying to run the football too much, in my opinion, on first down. That's their biggest fault. They're running the football on situations where everybody thinks we're going to run the football. You got everybody out there know what I mean by that? Like, everybody out there goes, "Oh yeah, they're going to run it here." You guys on your couch are saying, "Yeah, Eagles are going to run it here," and they run it. That's the problem. That's the problem. We have Saquon Barkley, but in this league, and in this situation right here, where we're not run blocking at the level we did last year, you got to throw to stop the run. And when you got 2 studs out there, now you can get away with it with Devontae. Devontae will sit around and just win, right? AJ's the one who won't. Okay, so nobody wears to worry about Devontae not getting the ball or Dallas. Those guys just want to win, and so does AJ. But AJ wants the football, and they'll get him the football. I'm not. This happens before. This happens. This happens with teams.
Yeah, but
It
I think,
happens.
just like you said, if you get him involved early, then it just opens everything up, right? And then you're, what I mean? Like I said, yeah, the Vikings lost today. I'm not bringing up Wentz. I'm just saying, right? But Jefferson had like 6 catches in like the first quarter. You know what I mean? Like, like you got to, like, it doesn't matter who you're playing against, right? That guy, that guy's a tough cover.
Yeah.
That guy's a tough cover, man. AJ Brown's a tough cover, man. So, like, we all know that. So there's ways to get him the football without forcing it to him. You know what I mean? I know somebody alluded to that earlier, and we got eyes. I mean, there's nobody. I don't think anybody. Nobody here, at least us two, aren't. We're not saying that. We're just saying, you gotta get him the football. Whatever way you can, you gotta give him the football. All right, and like I said, that opens up, especially when there's no more Becton and Lane Johnson's hurt. So I understand this isn't the line of old. Right, they're still a tremendous, offensive line, but they're not the line of old, right? So it's going to take a little time. It's going to take some time for guys to, to start falling into place. And we know their record without Lane, even though they won and they're 4-0 right now. I'm just saying, overall, they're a different football team without Lane Johnson. So that's I think everybody knows that. You have to be an idiot.
So another big win without him.
Yeah, so absolutely. So you just keep checking boxes. You go down. It's a road win, a place of pretty much a house of horrors. And here we are nitpicking again. And I guess that's what you can do when you're in the penthouse. All right, man. When you're in the basement and somebody throws you some crumbs, you're just very grateful. Right, but when you're in the penthouse, you want caviar. So I understand it. I understand it, being spoiled. Right, but this is it's a good football team, all right, and maybe the best team in football. So we'll right now they are. I mean, there's obviously one. Bills are the other unbeaten team, and so then there were 2. Started the day with 6. Now there's 2, and
1A, 1B, 1A, 1B right now.
So it's going to be and like you said. Defensively, I think there were some freakish things. Obviously, they took advantage of getting Bucky in a wheel route. He's so athletic. That's a mismatch, and it was a good ball. Baker, progressive Baker put it right on him. So that's, and the other one's a miracle. So there's no skill involved there. He threw that up for grabs. It got through 2 guys. And you say to yourself, hey, this sometimes better be lucky than good. That's all really you chalk that up to. So you're moving on. You move on. You took Tampa's best shot. So you build a lead. You took Tampa's best shot, and like you said, you made a play. You made a huge pick. You forced Baker into another mistake inside the red zone, and he throws a critical pick there.
Like the Jacksonville game last year.
And the defense just makes plays. They bend, don't break, all right, but they just find a way to turn the football over. So, whether Bucky's knee was down or not, it doesn't matter, right? That's what's called on the field. It clearly wasn't. We looked at it. It wasn't clear as day. I mean, it was. I think if they said his shin was down, then they wouldn't overrule that either. So it was just one of those things, right? But they capitalized right after the turnover. They took it down.
Well, what's funny about the whole thing is like they went to 2 places.
They're 2 different guys, Sam. That's all. I'm not.
Oh yeah.
With you. I mean, you're not wrong. Everybody wants to contribute. Everybody wants to be great in their own way. All right, they're 2 different players. I think you know that, Sam. All right, so and
AJ wants to
he said he goes about it a different way. So you weren't saying otherwise. I was just saying, they're just. We agree.
He won't show it as visible.
Yeah, exactly. He don't say 2 words.
But no, this is funny because like last year, same thing. Like this defense made plays, right? They might not have always looked great at times, but they made plays in big spots. And you can go back to the Jacksonville game last year at home when the Kobe Dean had that pick late in the game to walk it off, essentially, right? Similar to what Jahad Campbell had. So similar plays down in the red zone, right? And somebody makes a play. Right. And that's what you need. That's what great teams do. And they're just so used to winning. Right. Like they're so used to winning that when your mind is like that as an athlete and as a team, and you expect to make a play, like talk stuff into existence type shit, like it happens. Like it starts to happen. It's like Luke Brown said it on A2D, and not me. So I don't want to take credit for this, but they are modern day Chiefs Patriots, like right now in this moment. Like they just find ways to win, right? And great teams find ways to win. It's different ways. But guess what? The quarterback, right? We say whatever we want about him. He doesn't turn the goddamn football over in a league where if you win the turnover battle, you're going to probably win. He doesn't turn the football over. He should have had a pick today. I don't know how, maybe 2. But either way,
at the end of the day, it's not in the book. You know what I mean? So it's the same thing you say in every sport. So you're 100% right. I mean,
just another day.
Thing you want to say is that it should have been a pick, but it wasn't. So it's not.
So he has 9 touchdowns, 0 interceptions combined. Like if you want to count rushing and passing. So he has 9 touchdowns, 0 turnovers. Or no, 1. No, he has 1. He has 1 forced fumble against the Rams, right? Didn't they recover that?
Yeah. So the turnover battle. Well, today they won the turnover battle, which we know.
I'll give him the 1 fumble against the Rams because he got killed.
Sacks were even. Penalties pretty much even. Time of possession pretty even. Even though it felt like the Eagles were on defense for 60 hours. For 60 hours.
At least in the second half, I felt like we didn't leave the field defensively.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel like that's how it felt, but it wound up being pretty much 31-28. It was close, closer than you would think by the naked eye. I'm with you.
But there's things they got to figure out, right? They got to get the run game going, and they got to get their passing game going, and they have to find ways back to the ball question. They have to find ways to get this pass rush going. And I think that's what they're missing right now, because Jalen Carter hasn't been great getting into the quarterback. He has zero sacks. Now, it doesn't mean he's not putting pressure. Doesn't mean any of that. But it's not showing up in the stat sheet. Now, I feel like they got more pressure today as a group than they have in the past. So I think they're getting there. But there would be the things they need to get better at. Not even concerns. Like offense needs to get more rhythm, right? Early in football games or throughout. Consistency. I don't care about consistency in football because we've talked about this last year too. I remember these shows. We can go back and rewind the film. Sure. All right. I don't care about the consistency. I care about wins. But fine. It's how it looks right now to the public would be like, oh, they're winning ugly, right? And that's okay. But that's why I like to see a little bit more cleanliness, a little bit more rhythm offensively, and defensively. Mix in a couple sacks a game. Because I think they have 5 all year through 4 games.
Yeah,
so
listen,
not great.
At the end of the day, there's no, that's a term that's used like winning ugly, but there really shouldn't be no such thing. At the end of the day, it's a W, man. It's a W. So, you win last week. Obviously, I wasn't on.
Look back, sweep.
I wasn't on last week, but it's been a couple weeks. I apologize, but you win last week. I mean, come on, man. Like it's tough to not only the defending champs. This is a tough kill shot. It's a kill shot, man. Like Rams will tell you they shot a ton of bullets, but they didn't hit. They didn't hit. They wounded them. They didn't hit. You know what I mean? So this is a tough team to put away, man. And like I said, you don't lose last week. It doesn't matter if you're at home or not. Like they're gonna eventually, get the bodies are gonna get worn down. They're gonna have a clunker, of course. You know what I mean? Like there's gonna be times when it's the NFL. We all know that. You know what I mean? So they're gonna go on the road and be a favorite and go through the motions and somebody's gonna smack them on the nose with a newspaper, right? And that's what's gonna happen, right? You saw it today with the Chargers. Are the Giants better? No, we know how the NFL is. I could tell you all week that was going to happen.
Yeah,
right. Even before
I had money on the Giants.
Even before Dart was the starter, I could tell you that was going to happen.
Oh yeah, not that, but I had money as soon as I found out Dart was the starter. I put money on him because that was just a gut. Because I think he's a good quarterback, but in typical Giants fashion, they lose. They get excited because they finally get their quarterback. We'll go back to Eagles in 1 second, but. They finally have their quarterback, and then boom, their star wide receiver is down. So, as much as they're in the division and we hate them, I still feel bad for you guys out there because that's not, I'm not wishing your players to get hurt. I just wish you miss picks all the time and continue to struggle. That's what I meant. That's my hope. But I think this team's loaded. We know they're loaded. So to me, it's what's the problem? And you move on to Denver, and not an ideal team to move on to, I should say, defensively, because they're good defensively, and especially good at the cornerback position. And you're trying to throw the ball better, but the running game is what's weird to me. Like it's like teams know it's coming. So for me, what I would do again is I would get into an RPO format all the time. Sweeps. I would either belly, pull, and go. Belly, pull, go. Make guys freeze a little bit. Maybe you can create some space because you're going under center, isn't creating it. And if they're trying to create some space in the wrong, goes Jacobs.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm way ahead of you. Yeah,
they're 4 houses down.
I
4 houses
want to
down.
keep it professional. Yeah, I want to keep it.
That's how it must run. It must run like that. It must run down the street.
I vomited. I kept it professional on air.
Well, I traded him in fantasy, so I mean, this is why it's a double dipper.
Oh, you're the boss. You can do whatever you want. I got to keep it professional.
Double dipper.
Need a drive here. Need a drive.
Double dipper here.
Need a drive.
But yeah, Denver. But when you win at places like Kansas City and Tampa Bay, it's huge because nobody had us 4-0. So that's what I would say to everybody out there complaining or anybody out there that has any issues with it, right? Nobody with that schedule. Come on, let's be real. Nobody with that schedule had 4-0. I did because you guys know me, right? But nobody else had 4-0. There wasn't another guy on the planet, at least right, that had 4-0. So let's just call how it is. You might have 3-1. You might have 2-2. You get off to a slow start. Okay, nobody had 4-0.
So you had 4-0, and where'd you find a loss then? You had to have them 17-0 then.
I had a loss in one of the Giants games. I had a loss in because how close those games are. Because they play them in like a 3 weeks, like game, other game. I think it is. So that's where I was like, oh, that's a loss. I had 3. I had 3 L's.
Gotcha.
3 or 4. That's where I was at. I had 13 wins. That's where I was.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think it was 12-5. 12-5.
But I got
I
off to
definitely had a possible 2-2 here for sure. You know what I mean? Kansas City doesn't really scare you, even though they look delicious today. In desperate mode, So
yeah,
you
get the kid back. You get him a weapon. That's huge, right? You get because Mahomes is still a pimp. He just needs weapons. He is me and you at our ages running around there. But listen, it's really Like nobody had it. That's the point. You either had a fast start or a slow start. If you had a fast start, you probably had 3-1. And get a little bit of a slow, you're 2-2. But again, they're fucking 4-0. So we're gonna sit here and complain about how it looks. I don't know. When the schedule's done, like last year we won the Super Bowl. Were you thinking after the game, or when you were going into the Super Bowl too? Were you thinking about oh man, remember that week 2 win? Remember that week 1 win in Brazil? I wasn't clean. Yeah, I wasn't clean. You remember that? Like, no. How'd you get your record? Like, nobody remembers how you get your record. Your record is what it is. You got 13 wins, 12 wins.
Yeah, at the end of the day, you find a way. So, I mean, again, winning ugly is a term, but really it's just an oxymoron because you just told me in the same sentence, all right, that you won.
Yeah.
Right? I mean, so what are we talking about? What are we talking about? All right. At the end of the day, you win games. All right.
You ever say that as a coach?
That's what these guys, that's what pro guys are getting paid for. That's what college guys are getting paid for. We talked about, in youth sports, then we're talking about development or how we doing things, a certain way, or but when these guys are getting paid, these guys are getting paid to win football games. Again, I already said that. I did that today, Briggs. 17-0. I'm going to put the champagne away this year, boys.
Oh, God. Could you imagine? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. The organization that was known for never having a Super Bowl ends up getting 2 and ends up going undefeated then, and then ends up winning another Super Bowl. That would be like, okay, I put that to bed. That's the bed. Night. No longer part of those organizations. Night. Red October was about to start. Yeah, we'll talk about that at the end too. We'll give a quick little preview on what we might say, because we don't know who we're going to see yet. So it's hard to even talk about it. Besides, this is a damn good baseball team, and let's go. It's now or never. Yeah, I think I might have had us losing to Detroit too, Cotton. But you never know. Like I said about schedules, you don't know about goddamn schedules either, because you don't know who's going to be healthy. So it's just how many wins do you think a team's going to have? But this team is the best team in football. They're the best team in football. Nobody's beating the Chiefs as much as they have. Like nobody out there could beat the Chiefs. Have the Chiefs losing to them twice in 3 games. Twice in 3 games. Nobody's doing that to the Chiefs. Nobody's doing that. In the AFC, we know the Ravens are frauds. So who's out there? Who's out there? Bills, like we said, Bills, and there's some teams that are good. But I mean, I said it before the season. Sit back and enjoy it. If they're healthy, you're going to sit here and you're going to enjoy a little dynasty. All right, forever long that lasts.
You still got
right?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they've been good for a long time. So, like I said, people get spoiled. All right, so might not be championships, but from the Andy years, they were winning 12 games a year. All right, and then at the end when they won 4 games, it was it was time. Andy, the game has passed him by. It was time for him to go, and then as we see what he's done ever since. All right, so. Yeah, he got his quarterback, but he moved up to do it. So the guy,
had to go get him.
The guy deserved it. So anyway, that's just
that's
for another discussion. But year in and year out, the Eagles are a very good football team. So you could be, like you said, in the middle of a dynasty, right? You got to win multiple ones for that to be, for that to happen. So the script is still. Still has to be written. Still a lot of football left. And like you said, staying healthy is the number one thing. And then, January is a whole nother animal. But, you get to January by taking care of business in September, October, November, and December. All right. So that sets you up for, a good January run, which is what you're looking for. So we'll see. But yeah, right now they're in tier 1, and there's teams, other good football teams that are in tier 2. All right, but they're alone in tier 1. All right, so and that's no disrespect to the Bills and who are undefeated. They're just Eagles are Super Bowl champs, defending champs, and they belong in tier 1. So all right, nobody else is dominating on all facets. You know what I mean? Like again, the Bills are finding a way. But they showed they showed a little struggles at home the last 2 weeks. Still won football games, exactly what we just discussed that the Eagles are doing. So I don't penalize them. I'm just saying.
No, it's the same thing.
Showed some struggles against the Dolphins and the Saints.
It's hard to win in this league.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the whole point. Like it's not easy to win, and people, people want like these perfect types of wins. I get it, but you'll get those throughout the season, right? You'll get those clean games here and there, but not everything's going to be pretty. Do you know how to finish a game? Right? Do you know how to finish a game?
Yep.
And they know how to. But this isn't just offense or defense that wins you a Super Bowl. Now, I've told people this. This is the defense because of these corners, all right, and this front, the interior of this front and the linebackers, all right? Not as much as the edge guys. But the linebackers, where you win at, right? Where you win at. They're tackles, their linebackers, and their corners, and their nickel guy and Coop, right? That's the reason this is like going to be a dynasty, because of the defense. This defense is going to be awesome, and they're going to make plays. And here we are. Because that's why we're 4-0, and we're 4-0 because of Jalen's legs. Because every time you need a first down in big spots, he gets you a first down usually. Usually, not today in the second half, but throughout the first 4 games, he has. Right? He has. And that's a separator bar.
And just to answer, if you want to pop Chris's up, I 100% know what you're talking about, Chris. But that year, I think if you watch this show, that's fine. If you're a new guy, we welcome you. If you listened back then, I think you would have known, at least from our aspect, that we were talking about them not being a good football team. I mean, not a great football team, excuse me, right? But they were finding a way to win games, and that's what. And we were discussing how hard it is to win in this league. But I don't think that year, before the collapse, that anybody in here was like, man, they're pretty good. You know what I mean? Like, they're really good. And we were just like, hey man, what can we say? They're finding ways. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I understand what you're saying. This football team is not built like that.
Well, they're also coming off a Super Bowl trophy, a Lombardi. So they're different. They're automatically different because of that. Now they got to the top of the mountain. They know what it takes. So I think it's a different vibe when you come in and you have your leaders that just want it. I get you. But that year,
like I said, I totally know.
Exactly. That year they weren't good.
I totally know what he's saying. I totally.
And they didn't play anybody.
I totally know what he's saying. I just felt like they were a soft. In our opinion, and if we take that for whatever it's worth, I thought they were a soft, 10-1, whatever it was. What was it?
Defensively, they stunk. Remember?
Yeah, I thought it was a soft 10-1 that year.
Well, listen, you know why, Chris?
We're waiting for the shoe to drop. That's what I thought. Anyway,
this is why. It's as simple as this. And I don't want to overreact to it, but as simple as why it's not 2023. Because you don't have 2 different defensive coordinators. You have Vic Fangio, who isn't going anywhere. So that's why it's automatically different. That's where this team got different. This team got different when they actually went and got a real defensive coordinator. That's when they got different. And then they have young players, and they have young players on the defense side of the ball. It's the youngest defense in the National Football League. It's the youngest defense in the National Football League. So, and an old coordinator, an old Grizzly coordinator, which I think is cool, with a bunch of young pups just having no choice but to listen, right? And he's getting the most out of guys that are just going to listen. And I think it's awesome. And we're reaping the rewards of that as fans. Because this is where it is. You need a fumble against Dallas, boom, Jahad Campbell, punch. Okay, you need a fumble, you need a pick, rookie, Jahad Campbell goes to Howie's picks again, right? Goes to Howie's pick again. Pick today.
So, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, I think just to not put a button on it, but just to wrap it up from, Chris's standpoint, like I said, fair assessment and totally understandable where you're coming from. You know what I mean? I just think these are totally 2 different football teams, and I just don't. I would never see that happening with this. I don't think there's a snowball chance in hell that would happen to this football team. Would happen then. It doesn't mean that they're not going to stub their toe, and there's some warts. Yeah, of course. I think every team has warts. It's how you overcome those warts, and the toughness and the resiliency, in the locker room and the leadership. You know what I mean? It's just, I think
you have it with your quarterback. We have it with our quarterback. Cottonball, I disagree with this. This is not Brian Johnson all over again, because that offense never looked good ever. Right? The offense never looked good ever with Brian Johnson. This offense has had moments throughout the 4 games where they've looked really good, and then they've had moments where they've looked terrible. So they didn't even have the pop moments. So give it time with him as a play caller, right? Let's give it time with him as a play caller a little bit. He needs to learn how to adjust on the fly better. That's my biggest gripe with Kevin Patullo from what I can tell.
I mean, and I think I thought you saw a little glimpse today. So, of course, I know it was the first.
I know you're asking, babe.
No,
I know you're asking.
I think.
I know you're asking.
I thought you saw touchdown flag. Damn it. I thought you obviously saw a glimpse in the first half. So, I think everybody knows that if it's that easy all the time, you got to give credit to the other team. Tampa's, exactly. It might have looked. I'm not saying that the offense looked, wasn't different in the second half. I'm not debating that, but sometimes you got to give credit to the other team. All right, Tampa Bay puts their pants on, just like the Eagles, right? And they made some adjustments, and that defense looked like they kind of answered the bell in the second half. Whether it was pedestrian or not, looked like that defense stepped up in the second half. And I thought at least in that first half you saw some creativity that should make you excited if you're an Eagles fan from an offensive standpoint, because now everybody hates the tush push. You just absolutely got Saquon on the outside. So that's not just going to work from the 8-yard line. If that might open up from the 50 and the 60, right? Because now now what? Now they got another thing. Now they got something else to think about. That was unbelievable. You know what I mean? The other stuff we've seen for years, just in different things, but like a little shovel to two little shovels to Dallas, right? But I thought the tush push, the fake tush push to Saquon was unbelievable. That's another layer to the onion. That's the oh shit button. That's the here we go again. Now we got to deal with this. I mean, come on.
We already can't stop this. Now we got to deal with this.
Absolutely.
You know what's funny? There's a difference between winning and losing, right? Game of inches. Eagles are 4-0, obviously. Washington's 2-2. Now, points scored. Eagles have 108. Washington has 107. Points against. The Eagles have 88. Washington has 91. So my point of that, winners win. Winners know how to win. So you're talking about the same numbers. That's right. Almost identical numbers. And one's 4-0, one's 2-2. Well, why is that? Why is that? Big turnovers, big spots. When do you score that point, right? When do you make that stop? I don't know. That's where I go.
Yeah.
But yeah, Bill, I mean, he was creative today in the first half. I thought Kevin Patul got a good game plan in the first half today. It was creative, it was some gadget things, right? But that's what the NFL is now. Everybody's got some things up their sleeve. So I thought he did. I thought our play calling was good early. Jalen was great with his legs early on too, which when he's going with his legs, we're even more dangerous. We're awesome in the red zone, but then second half came and we just couldn't figure it out. And I think a lot starts when Matt Pryor came in the game at guard, we stunk out loud. And then obviously Lane goes out.
Listen, this is, obviously,
that's hard to do in game.
The guy, this is Todd Bowles Todd Bowles gives them trouble, a lot. So, it was,
that's when
you got to give him credit. Exactly. He's going to find the weakness, right? That's what he does. You know what I mean? So he's a really good defensive coach. So sometimes you got to give guys credit. That's that's why I look at things like. Doesn't mean that the second half offense wasn't inept. All right, I'm sure they played a part in that, but I also tend to tip my cap to Tampa Bay, and they're big boys, and they got some pride. They're playing at home, and the pride gene sunk in, and and then they brought some blitzes. And,
it's called momentum too, right?
They brought some blitzes, and they got in his face, and they forced him to get rid of the football and throw things away, and when you're trying to have a good passing game, what is it? It's rhythm and timing. Right? Just a lot of all right, and when you disrupt that. All right, you're gonna, you're lucky you don't see turnovers. So back to our point earlier about, guy takes care of the football. All right, so you see guys around the league when they get pressured and the sky's falling. All right, they shit in their sock and they turn the ball over.
Who wants to be a hero tonight?
Yeah.
Yep, and you nailed it. I mean, listen, Bill, I don't know what the fuck that means. Like, what's the difference between 1-4 and 4-0? I mean, I don't know. Again, turnovers in key spots, right? Do you get off the field on third down in key spots? Are you just good? Are you well coached? And there's a lot of factors that go into it. I don't know.
Nobody's saying it's just Todd Bowles, and nobody's saying you can't have complaints. They're 4-0. That's it. Yes, last week the first half was god awful. All right, so it is what it is. It's an adjustment league. So they were down 26-7 or whatever, and they had to throw the football. All right, so they had to throw the football. So
Swoop. I just want to tell you something, Swoop. It seems like you're just hunting. You know what I mean? And I just want you to sit back and be happy. You're worried about everything.
Well, that's what I was. That's what you alluded to. I mean, that's what we were trying to allude. That's what we were just trying to tell everybody. Talking them off the semi ledge. You know what I mean? This is a tremendous football team. It's a tremendous organization. Be happy. There's other guys around. There's other guys suffering, like myself.
Yeah, let them know. Let them know what you're going through. No, but it matters. It matters because you're an outsider, but an insider. Does that make sense to the public? Like, he's an outsider, but he's an insider because he's here with us. But as a Fins fan, okay, they thought they had it. They thought they had their pieces, right? And they didn't. And when that happens, it's where do we go from here? We could be there. So when an outsider is telling you how good of a football team we have, regardless of how it looks, that should matter to us. Because, like, I don't remember how the Bills won today, even though I had red zone on, blah, 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 right? I don't remember how they won. They won, right? They won a big interception, right? Big interception in a big spot. Like, that's how teams win. The New Orleans Saints, the Saints gave them a battle today. And they're home. And we're gonna sit here and act like it matters how you look. It doesn't matter how you look. It's who's the healthiest team or the closest to healthiest down the stretch of the best teams left. That's who it is. And what quarterbacks are the best. Right now, say whatever you want to say. The winningest quarterback right now over the last 20, 21 games is Jalen Hurts. It's Jalen Hurts. And I'm not saying it's all Jalen Hurts, but quarterbacks get all the credit, air quote. So, right, it's Jalen Hurts. Nobody's won more than him over the last 21 games. And that's not crowning him. The numbers are the numbers. If he's the quarterback of Philadelphia Eagles, he's got 21 straight wins when he's finished the game. And he was winning when he left the game in Washington. So it could be 22 if we want to if it. I'm not going to do that. 21.
Yeah. So when you're
be biggies.
Exactly. When you exactly, because he gets enough hate from the outside of this area, right? So in this area, I'm not saying anybody here. I'm just saying I'm not saying it directly. Nobody's typing him. There we have concerns in here about the coordinator and the offense in general. I get it, right? But he's still the leader of that offense, right? So if you have problems with the offense, then you have a problem with you got a problem with number one, all right? So, but you shouldn't do that as a 4-0 team and as fans of of this organization, because, like I said, he gets it enough from the outside, right? The outside noise is it's 1-yard touchdowns, it's tush push, it's 5-yard outs, is 120 yards, all this stuff. He's surrounded by all this talent. That's what you get from all the haters, right? It takes a special guy to win, to not only continue to win, to silence critics and shut people up and play through that, so give the guy credit, man. Give the guy credit. Absolutely. Everybody in this league does. Everybody, all these guys, like I said earlier.
Pressure and winning is not one. Like, that's not a limitation to him. Winning, I feel like, is what he does. And sometimes that resonates throughout everybody. Like, we talk about guys follow who gets paid the most too. Did he catch that? Are you kidding me? Whatever. Guys follow the leader. Imagine 10 straight. 10 straight, one loss, and 10 straight again, and people bitching. Only Philly fans. Yeah, listen, this is again sweeps out. This is a well-run organization. It's a damn good coaching staff. I mean, Nick Sirianni's arguably right now the best coach in Eagles history. If this continues for another like year or two, I mean, maybe even right now, he's probably surpassed, what Andy did and what Doug did. Right now, I mean, I feel like he has. Even though Andy's longevity was better, right? Right now, what he's gotten to, he's gotten to 2 Super Bowls in 3 years like that. I mean, Bill. It's not 20-1 because Jalen didn't finish that game. That's what I'm trying to say to you. It's actually 21 now. It's 21-1 if you want to count that game, which we can count it. That's fine. 21-1 is still all the point needs to be made. Nobody's won more games than he has. What is the first thing you think of when you think about Jalen Hurts?
Winner.
I
mean, that's the easiest adjective, easiest description. I mean, you could. I mean, easy.
I don't remember Montana.
Obviously,
I don't remember Montana.
If you can't say winner, if you couldn't say winner, then you'd say tough leader. Yeah, all pretty good stuff. You know what I mean?
JC's on both. Yep,
all pretty good stuff right there. So
determined, Nikki says. Yep, determined to win. Nikki, how about that too? Like you had that on. He's determined to win.
Selfless.
All he cares about is winning. Selfless, right? It doesn't matter about his numbers. He's not a numbers guy. And he makes like the winning plays. It's so weird to describe. I've talked about it on shows. It's hard to explain. It's hard to explain, but some guys just freaking win.
That's it.
Tom Brady threw parts of his runs. Their offenses weren't great. They didn't look great, but they won. They figured out ways to win. They had drives when they needed it. Everybody remembers it. Let's not act like we didn't remember it. Like it wasn't all glitz and glamour. It wasn't all.
I mean, like you said, the back of the football card doesn't tell the whole story.
No,
right? I mean, how many people in here? We'll just talk about the people in the chat or anybody that's listening that doesn't want to type anything. Anybody that's watching, we love it. Type the subscribe button. Let's go, like and subscribe. But anyway, let's just talk about if you want to look at the back of the football card. How many people in here would want to switch Jalen Hurts and Lamar Jackson? The answer should be zero. Lamar Jackson never won a big game in his life. Never. So, but I mean, back in the football card looks sexy as shit. There's some lingerie. There's some lingerie on the back of that football card. All right, there's some edible panties on the back of that football card. All right, MVPs. All kinds of goodies right there. Ain't winning. Come on, man. So I mean, it is what it is, man. So like I said, doesn't mean that you can't want to get better. Everybody wants to get better. It's week 5. Week 5's coming up, right? So they'll show up on Tuesday or Wednesday. They'll watch film and they'll get back at it. Just like every other team in the league. So all you can do is try to get better, right? If you get complacent when you're on top of the mountain, they're on top of the mountain. They've been on top of the mountain for a year and a half now, right? So if you get complacent up there, then you're going to fall off, right? Yeah. So that's you still got to work when
the quarterback is not.
You still got to work when you get up there, man. So
and the quarterback's not, and I think that's the big piece of it. And I'll continue to go on, not win every week because it's National Football League. Right, like we talked about, they'll stub their toes. They'll have those, and people will overreact to them, and they'll get better off it. They'll grow off it. Question, and Bill, I'll answer this. He said this would never happen, but somebody asked me today if you trade AJ for T. Higgins and a first, and honestly, I didn't know if I would. Yes, and a first. You're giving me Higgins and a first, probably. Maybe. How old's Higgins? I don't know. How old's Higgins? I don't want to overreact to that.
He's still young.
Yeah, how old is he? Is he the same age as AJ? Because AJ's 27.
Yeah, they might be.
They might be around the same age, but the first is enticing, right? Like as you're trying to, you got guys coming up on big deals. You're going to lose guys.
26 T. Higgins.
Oh, yeah, yep, absolutely. And a first, how do you not? I mean, he's the number one wideout. You put him next to Devontae. That's a good time too. That's a good time too. And I think he gives it to you. And AJ's 28. So, yeah, I mean, I love AJ, right? So it's not something I'm sprinting to do. But the first is why I do it alone. Like, I'm not doing it straight up, but first, no question about it. How do you not do that? Now we're 4-0. We've won 21 straight games all together, and then we're talking about this. This is hysterical. But good hypothetical. Good hypothetical. Cotton Ball will take him. Greg doesn't agree with me. Higgins is the number one, but AJ has a stupid dead cap at. Yeah, we're not. Yeah. Either way, football team's awesome. Next week's the Broncos. And they're good. They're okay, right? I mean,
get them at home. So
when do they play? They have a bye week this week.
No, they play tomorrow.
See, that's a great time.
2 Monday night games tomorrow.
That's a great time for us. We get a team traveling in off a Monday nighter. Are they home tomorrow night? The Broncos?
Yep, they're home.
Okay. Well, that makes it a little bit better for them, but still short week. Short week's always nice for the team that's home. And then the Eagles, this is a good part of the Eagles schedule here in terms of travel because they're home against Denver. And then you're talking about you're not getting on a flight to New York, obviously. So that's a bus ride to New York. A lot easier on the body. And then you fly to Minnesota, Vikings, and then back home against the Giants. So you get a little bit. I know they don't get back-to-back home games, but they get a little bit of breather there. And they have the same type of thing later on in their schedule with the Commanders, right? Where 2 out of 3 weeks they play them. So I guess that's the way of trying to give them back-to-back, like non-travel home games. Since you're just talking about non-flights, right? I'm just talking shit.
Minnesota's overseas 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, that's absurd.
That's weird.
Are they staying?
Yes. I mean,
I mean, you're coming back. Like, why would you come back?
Yeah.
Just enjoy
Just
yourself.
Find a pitch to practice on. Like a little Ted Lasso talk right there. A little Lasso talk can tell you a soccer ball if I freaking fell over.
I like that now.
Find a pitch to practice on.
I like that. I do like me some Ted Lasso.
Absolutely, bro.
Great show. But so that's I guess their way because they don't have back-to-back home games, right? So you stay off a plane because you're Washington at home. No, at Washington. Wait. How do they have back-to-back away games but not back-to-back home games?
Yeah, I remember they didn't have back-to-back home games.
How do they not have back-to-back home games? They have 2 back-to-back away games.
Oh, that's just the way it shook out. I don't know.
And 2 back-to-back.
I don't know if Temple's playing some game. Temple might be in there sometimes. That's why.
Well, no, because they got away in New York after Denver, away at Minnesota.
I'm just saying the way it shook out. I don't know.
Yeah, but then they got 2 away. They got away at Washington after home against Vegas, away at Washington, away at Buffalo. So 2 different times they got 2 away games.
Giants in Minnesota, yeah.
Yeah, and then they got it at the back end too with Commanders and Bills. Wow. That's that's doing people dirty. That's really doing. You know what I mean? That's doing the big fellas dirty, but not far like travel. They did do them a favor there. Only one West Coast travel in there, just Chargers. That's not too bad. Not too bad. But yeah, I mean, schedule don't matter. I thought Ringo tackled well. A couple big hits today. I mean, maybe he probably missed a tackle or two. That's what everybody's saying. Yeah. But I thought a couple tackles he laid the hammer. He looked like a linebacker.
Well, you can't miss them all. Jesus.
No, but I thought he's better than Adore. He wasn't getting abused against good wide receivers. So, and I like that. I like that they sent Q with him all day. I like that that's a show of something new. And if you got a corner like that, and Brady's not wrong, he is a little too handsy. He needs to get better with his feet there, but he's always around the guy. Like I feel like he's never getting cooked. He's always in there to be able to make a play, even when guys catch it on him. But yeah, he is handsy and he gets away with shit. But guess what? I mean, you got to get away with some shit in this league. He just showed up today on replays. That's all. Yeah, I know they don't have any back-to-backs. I just think it's crazy they have 2 back-to-back aways mixed in, with no back-to-back homes. It's like hard to do. Donna, I can't believe they didn't keep Isaiah Rodgers. We didn't keep Isaiah Rodgers, but it is what it is. But I would love for Howie Roseman. See, now I don't know because I didn't think Keely played bad today. But I would love to go like a Denzel Ward route or
it's too easy. Too easy.
Go get a pass rusher. Right? Go get another pass rusher. So I would either go a Denzel Ward route or I would trade some picks because they have a ton of them. Right, Sweeps? They got a shit ton of them.
Yeah.
Trade some picks and try to go get yourself another veteran pass rusher.
See if Dak can earn his cash.
Yeah, here we go. Overhead for me. Giddy up.
Yeah. If you're not going to earn your cash, then just take it easy.
Dobbs in his helmet again.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Is that 3 of them?
Yeah,
it's triple. Yeah. And it was hot out. Greg, that's a great win today. It's a great win for the Philadelphia Eagles today. Great win. And Slay was grabby too, John says. Yeah, I mean, good corners are. And wide receivers are grabby too, by the way. I don't know if people know that. So everybody's grabby. It's who gets away with it. I mean, I watched AJ push off for a touchdown. I watched Devontae Adams push off for a touchdown, all in the same game. Nikki, I think anything where you're looking at another player after you make a good play on them.
Yeah, that's what they said.
Oh, you know,
you can see somebody anywhere any direction you turn. So it's a little absurd, but that's what the explanation we got. I think from last week or one game I was watching. You can't look at a guy. So if you you can crawl on the ground, just look away. Look away. Nothing to see here.
You crawl 50 yards. You crawl 50 yards, get up, do a celebration. All right. As long as you don't look at anybody.
Yeah.
It's amazing shit. It's amazing shit.
You can do a fat guy air guitar. I mean, that was
I got a 4-year-old at home that watched Cooper make that tackle and get the taunt penalty, and he was offended. You know what I mean? Like he was offended that he has to watch that on a Sunday. So yeah, same for what it is. But I mean, it's hard to ask guys that are all revved up and in a competitive sport to not like have those moments. Like that's where I think it's stupid. You know, like let players just have fun and play the game like it's supposed to be played. I don't want you standing over a guy for 10 seconds, but if you walk over a guy and you say a little something, okay, like isn't that what it's about in football? Maybe I'm the old guy that just is outdated. Is he out?
Oh, I'm the guy on the lawn. Yeah. Huh?
Yeah. The 43-year-old. I'm the 43-year-old. Oh, get off my lawn with this.
Oh, absolutely.
Don, he understands it, but he thinks
curtain peeker. That's me.
I guess he's right because he thinks the way it needs to start. So he does understand football, but he's right, but he's wrong. But he thinks it needs to start always on the ground. So like we can't start by just having a catch. He has to start on the ground, and we have to run to pick it up, and then he can start it. So I guess he does take the fact that it starts on the ground. And there's a snap into it. Yeah, I mean he's getting it. He likes it. He likes it. We'll watch. We'll see what he thinks about hockey and basketball. I mean, they stink, but we'll see what he thinks about those ones. But he likes the other two. Yeah, it's a great duo, Ryan. And then the Kobe Dean's going to be coming back.
Yeah, Nikki,
too.
that's what I was texting the boys. It was the fattest air guitar I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
It really was. Oh, and that's a good football team. That's a good defense over there too. So, like we said, people get paid on the other side. 4-0 Philadelphia Eagles. So Phils are either going to get Dodgers
or Reds.
I mean, I think it's pretty easy who you would rather have. But we'll see. This is why you play the games this time of year. Reds are hot, going in a little bit here. We're not even hot. I mean, Mets just gave it to them.
Yeah.
But they did enough to get in.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they got lucky. But good luck with the Dodgers. And Dodgers are going to be coming here. So they're going to get Christopher Sanchez game 1. We'll see who that answer is. Now, what the Phillies are going to do is on Wednesday night they're having a live scrimmage, and they're letting fans in.
Yep.
So they're going to do a little live in-house scrimmage and let fans in all throughout the bottom rows. So the bottom sections. So should help it, give you some fan excitement. Let guys like pick teams and get ready to go here. When do they?
Yes, sir.
Wow.
I mean, we just need a cover job, but oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Why is that too much time?
But part of me wants Jerry to feel right after this game. You know what I mean? Just for the sake of I hate the Cowboys, but just because everybody thinks he's so wrong and they win and they beat him.
I knew this was going to happen.
And they don't even have CD. And they're going to go get a field goal. They're going to go get a field goal too.
I mean, this was the easiest. I'm going to say nothing's easy. I'm only
bad for baseball.
No,
right?
I'm only telling you that
go ahead.
I knew this was going to happen because the Raiders probably cost me $1,800. That's what tonight would have been an absolute monster. So, 2 separate parlays.
1,800
with the Raiders. Yeah, with the Raiders and Cowboys left. Raiders were winning. Obviously, you saw how that ended. And then it would have came down to Cowboys +7.
Holy shit.
So as soon as that happened, I was like, give me the Cowboys straight because I know it's coming. And there it is.
It's so bad for baseball, Greg. He's the only 300 hitter. That's so bad for baseball. I know pitchers are throwing 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Somebody else said 300? I thought somebody was chasing him for the lead. Did that person fall under?
Nikki, I don't know what gave it away that he came in with a hockey mindset. You know what I mean? Or your profile pic. I don't know what gave it away. I'm looking forward to some Flyers hockey.
Yeah, MGM's aunt? Oh no, S.
No, that's not
Is that your aunt? That's awesome.
Yeah, I didn't think that, and I thought the over under was low in this game too. But either way, I just think it's funny that Jerry's wrong. The Packers were the greatest defense ever assembled now through 3 weeks. They go to Dallas. Dallas doesn't have their best receiver in CeeDee Lamb. George Pickens had 2 TDs. Packers defense looks like Swiss cheese right now. I don't know whose defense looked worse in the second half of this game.
Was Greg talking National League? I guess Greg must have been talking National League.
Why? Who's in American? Is there 300?
Yeah, there's a ton of guys.
Is there? Oh, okay. I'm back.
Oh, Judd, Bo Bichette, Jacob Wilson.
Yeah, I was going to say, I thought Judge was like 3.
Turner was 304. Yandy Diaz 300. So I don't want to say a ton, but 7 guys.
Yeah.
But all American League guys. So maybe that's what he was alluding to. Nico Herner was chasing him for the National League title. And he finished 297. So that vaunted Cardinal staff probably stifled him this weekend. Freddie Freeman 295. So yeah, a bunch of American League guys.
Yeah. So, okay. Well, I mean, a little bit better.
Assuming that's what Greggy Waffles was talking about.
Yeah, Uncle Waff.
National League.
Here we go. 34 seconds on this one.
The Cowboys are so bad. They just took the lead, and it's like, whoop, first play.
Oh, I didn't see it. I didn't see it yet, obviously, which is crazy.
What's Greg saying? No qualified hitter.
Oh, wow. Are you guys kidding me? I want to
know. The Reds. I got you. I know. I got you. I didn't know what he was talking about. I got you.
So when did the fields open up? Saturday?
Yes, October 4th, to be determined. Timeline.
Like a little Saturday.
And then a day off, which makes no sense.
Here we go again. Because of football.
There's 2 other games that day, but not them.
Okay. Yeah. Well, Eagles are home. That's why. That's why.
That makes sense.
Good job, Skazors. Good job with this. Good job with that one. But I mean, assuming the Dodgers come to town, I think it's what's this series? This series 7, right? It's just the first one's 5. The first one's 3.
First one's 3.
And this is 5, right? Or is this 7? I always forget what they do here.
It should be 7, but it might be 5.
Right? I feel like
I don't even know where the 3 came from. That's the stupidest thing.
Yeah, the 3. Yeah, thanks for stopping in for a series.
Yeah, Jesus, Christmas. Can we? I mean, what are we talking about? Can I get a sniff?
You don't even go home. Like all 3 games are in LA. Isn't that funny? Like all 3 games are in one spot. Dodgers will be 5 games. Greg said, so it's 5 games. Yep, I thought it was crazy.
Oh, Greg, I wasn't accusing you of anything, Greg. Greg, I was just somebody gave you some bad X information.
Greg's upset now. Greg's upset.
But I did circle back and try to help you out. He's the only National League guy, so you were kind of right. So go with that. Go with that, buddy. Go with that.
No, Reds have a shot, Don, because they got a good manager and it's baseball.
So it is. It's 3-5-7-7. Jesus.
Yeah, 3-5.
That's so terrible.
So who will be? Do they need a third? I guess you do need a third starter. Who's it going to be? Obviously, Sanchez, Ranger, and who?
That was Nola.
I mean, I would think it'd be Nola, but are they going to go Nola or are they going somebody else?
No, you got to go Nola.
I think they got to go Nola.
His last start was very promising, and that's all you can ask for. And Ranger got drilled yesterday, so I mean, I'm sure he's going to be all right in a week. But
yeah,
he came out.
Look at that.
That was the extra point they blocked.
But no, I think it's. Listen, they're a better overall team pitching wise than the Dodgers.
Phillies are Saturday, Monday.
Saturday, Monday. I like it.
Saturday, Monday, Wednesday. A lot of breaks.
Let's go. Let's go.
Wednesday, Thursday, a back-to-back.
Wednesday, Thursday.
Saturday, Monday, Wednesday, Thursday. Saturday would be a game 5. October 11th. Going after who? Trouble in Niner land? Is that what you're saying, Don?
I didn't see this. I heard it. What did Liam Cohen do to him? I think Liam Cohen's a little fiery, but he's got Jacksonville playing well, so he's doing something right to start the season.
Yeah. 12 seconds are at the 40.
Yeah, I mean,
they're running a draw.
Can make kicks.
They're going to kick a 52-yarder. He called a timeout. So now you're at a draw. Let's see. So he's got to run one more play, I would assume.
Yeah, Don, and their offense has been pretty good overall. Jacksonville, their rankings.
Stop it. He didn't say that. Sign stealing. He's going Michigan on him? Oh, my God. Tell Robert to worry about never being a head coach again. That's what I would have said. That's an easy conversation. That's an easy conversation ender. as he says to me, "You're stealing signs," and I go, "You never be a head coach again." All right, Robert. Thanks. Bro.
Wow. Thanks, Nikki.
Hey, appreciate it. Cheers.
Red Sox play. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So when's everything start?
Tomorrow, Tuesday.
Tuesday, right?
4 games on Tuesday, brother. Oh, you went for the down.
Off day to travel tomorrow.
Tuesday. I'll give you Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday schedule, my friend. And for the view and for our listeners. Oh, sorry, Swoop. I didn't know you were. I got you, buddy.
Yeah, me too.
I'll shut it down. You know.
Me too. Sweep's got the greatest feed.
I don't know what it is.
I
I pay the same amount of money.
Maybe not. Guy knows a guy.
But I appreciate it.
Guy knows some people.
Here. It looks like I'm looking, right into the camera here because it's in the corner here. A new adjustment here at A2D. Sorry. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I got the schedule for you. Kicking things off on Tuesday, Tigers, Indians. I will never say Guardians, so I apologize.
Yeah, it's the Cleveland Indians.
Yeah, cancel me now. Tigers, Indians. So for Don, 108 start. So take off work, Don, and you're leaking oil big time. So we'll see if you can pick it.
That's good from 100 yards.
Good to have Scooby though.
That's good from 100 yards out.
Yeah. Oh yeah, overtime. Last thing I want. Didn't give that away, Swoop. That's I think it was good from the book depository. Jeez.
Yeah, that's unbelievable. Go from the grassy knoll. Let's go from the grassy knoll. That's unbelievable.
Lee Harvey Oswald. It just absolutely hit him in the head. Jesus.
Now we're done.
308. Yeah, now we're done. 308 Padres. 308 Padres Cubs at 308.
Go back to the first series. It was Detroit, Cleveland.
Yes, 108.
All right. Cleveland wins that series. Sorry, Don. Cleveland wins that series. Go on.
I do like the Indians. Padres Cubs 308 at Wrigley. Day game at Wrigley. Just giving you the schedule. You don't have to pick a winner.
No, I like it. I give me the Padres. Give me the Padres to win it.
608.
Sox, Yanks.
In the Bronx. In the boogie down. 608 start.
Sox, Yanks.
Yeah.
Give me the Sox. Give me the Sox.
Reds, Dodgers 908.
Dodgers are going to win that series.
And then they run it back all 3 days. So nobody gets a sniff. So there's some teams that are going to be dealing with the shadows for 3 straight days. So it's the same schedule for Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Bada bing, bada boom.
They're the hottest team on the planet, babe. Like the Indians are the hottest team on the planet. How do I not pick them? Like, you don't have to unsubscribe. Detroit's a really good baseball team. I like Detroit.
Scooby gets to go 2 out of 5. Oh no, 2 out of 3. Oh no. Shit. It's only 3-game series. Oh my God, Jesus.
Yeah, game one. Very game one. But listen, they can beat them, dude. Donnie, they can beat them. Absolutely. So don't make it seem like I'm telling you it's a layup line here. It's not. I gave quick, not thinking deep predictions. Right? That's all I did. Was very quick.
No, you'll be back. I mean, go.
Yeah, like don't you ever say that again, Don. Don't you ever use that? Don't you ever type that out again? You should be nervous. I'm nervous, Don. I'm nervous too, babe. But you're playing with more house money than I am. Think about it, Donnie. You're house money land. Right? Nobody expected you guys to be this good right now. So enjoy it and go try to beat the hottest team in baseball. That's all. Like and they just get it done. They get guys gambling, and they lose guys for gambling, and they just find ways to win games. They just find ways to win games. So, but I'm excited for it Tuesday.
Neither lineup's very scary, but you see if the Tigers can pick it back up, Don. I mean, they were awesome all year, and they just went south crazy. 15-game lead they blew. To lose the division, right? Yeah,
hard to do. They do have like a
unlike the Mutts, they still got in. So
yeah, I mean that's the worst collapse.
Good luck to you, Don, and I said we pull for you, buddy. I don't have any dog in that fight. I do. I think obviously Stephen Voigt's done an unbelievable job. Yeah. So credit to him because for all the same reasons that Tommy just alluded to. I mean, like they were, they got rid of some guys at the trade deadline. They're, they got guys that are betting on guys that are betting in the locker room. I mean, so I tell you what, Jose Ramirez is the most quiet superstar in all of baseball. I mean, obviously, baseball guys, we know who he is, but outsiders don't. If you don't know Jose Ramirez, go watch him. I mean, that guy, talk about a winner. And that guy, he just finds a way, man. So, but we'll see. I mean, it's going to be Scooby will be locked in. So we'll. It'll be an interesting 3 games, but I do like how the Indians are playing. They've been doing it with mirrors, and
they really have.
and Caleb Smith's been absolutely awesome on the back end. So we'll see.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think all these series should be good because
even the team, he's a pest.
Even the teams traveling, going to places. I mean, I can see upsets on all of them. So, I mean, it should be some good opening around October playoff baseball, getting me up. I love it. And I can't believe we're 4 weeks out in the season. And if I had to tell you guys, like, we judge teams obviously off the first 4 weeks, and we'll sort of leave it here before we get in the crumbs, is, how would I judge the Eagles? A little inconsistent at times, but they find ways to win games again. They make the big plays. They are exactly what I thought they were. Best team in the NFL right now. So leave that there. But time for crumbs. Unless you got anything else, Sweeps.
No, I think Bill had a question. I mean, I don't know how he doesn't. I mean, Raleigh was we all love Cal. It's a tremendous story, and he got to 60 homers and as a pitcher. So you hope that and the fact that we don't like the Yankees. Listen, I hope Cal gets it, but I mean,
but monster year.
My judge got every other category. I mean, I think it's like 14-3 in the categories. So
the dude's been like 348,
331, but still
331. He dropped. Okay,
yeah. But
either way, 331. Like other guy's batting 248. Sorry, other guy was batting 248 when I checked. So not taking a shot at that. I'm saying like that right there is a big
and he's
difference.
only like 5 homers behind. It's not like he's 331 with 20 homers. He's not a Punch and Judy. So I
Punch and Judgy.
I'll be rooting for Cal because I think it's a great story and I like him.
Me too.
And Judge's not a bad guy.
Same with Schwarber in the NL, but it's not going to happen.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean? Like I'm rooting for Schwarber's in the NL, but it's not going to happen. He would at least had to break Howard's record for Phillies, in my opinion, to be for voters to like really push it. Make sense? Like if he would have got 59 and broke the franchise,
or the Dodgers just didn't make the playoffs or something. But what I'm saying, like it wasn't that lopsided. I mean, people want to, say,
guy's pitching. He's batting 300.
He's, he is who he is. He's something special. But, to say that Kyle didn't have a magical year and it didn't carry this team for long stretches of time is crazy to me. You know what I mean? Like so that's how I look at things. You know what I mean? But the Dodgers are a playoff team, and so that's it's not going to go to Schwarber, but again, you root for Schwarber and Cal, and it'll probably be Judge and Ohtani, category wise and all that stuff. But playoff time's here, and it's what we waited for, 162 long season, a lot of ups and downs, but and it's a grind, but we playoff baseball is what it's all about. So. Exciting times, and we'll see where the upsets come from. Like I said, some evenly matched teams, especially early on. Like you said, the Red Sox. I think they lack some stars as opposed to the Yankees, but no Garrett Cole, and Crochet. He's tough. So we will. We'll see. We'll see. And I do like the Padres as well. I mean, I think the Cubs just don't. I don't know. They don't have that number one guy. I guess Boyd's been their guy. I think Padres got a little more weapons, and their back end is pretty nasty. You got Miller and Suarez on the back end is pretty nasty. So
what a catch!
Yeah, no, that's what I think Don was alluding to. I didn't want to give it away. The Swoop man, I didn't want to ruin Swoop's night.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
Got both feet in there, and it's first thing goal.
Walk off
for the Star.
No, I mean, okay, a couple things about Joe. I didn't believe they were 75, but when we started and did a preseason show, and we gave her predictions for the whole season, I obviously had him over 90. But I said, were they going to win it all? Are they going to go to a World Series? Not even win it all. And I said, yeah. And people asked me why. And I said, well, I believe this year, unlike other years, that if Dombrowski doesn't have it, he's going to go try to get it. Okay. And they judged this year of not having a closer, right? That didn't work out Romero. So what'd they go do? They went and got a closer. Okay. They needed another outfielder. Okay. It didn't have to be a star. Bader ended up being an air quote star for us in the short period of time here. Okay. But it made us better defensively. So sometimes the small move is the big move. But Duran was the move. Like we knew going into it that they were going to make the big moves. Now, is that going to guarantee them a World Series? No. You're going to get the Dodgers coming in, and that's not going to be. It's not easy or fun per se. So
yeah, that was the number one priority. This was prior to Wheels going down, which was absolutely devastating. But the number one priority before that was the closer. All right, so you went the best guy out there. All right, the Spanish biter. Not just for his entrance music. The guy's electric. Guy's got ungodly. Yeah. So that was the first box he checked, and then everybody wanted to kill him. Their outfielder, all this stuff, and Bader wasn't the sexy choice probably by most I say casuals because people get upset with that. You know what I mean? But really, that's what it is. You know what I mean? But the guy is tough, man. He embodies the city. You know what I mean? So we already talked about it before. Like, how many moves do you think you have? Right? They got a bunch of $300 million guys. They got a bunch of big ticket guys in this lineup. Right, so those guys have to be the forefront of it, and then you get the complementary pieces that necessarily aren't going to, win you, carry you to a World Series, but help you win a World Series.
Yeah, Joe Bland.
That's all we were alluding to, right? And that's it, man. So
it's a Joe Blanton effect. It's the Jeff Jenkins effect. It doesn't always have to be the big one. But you have to be able to listen. You have to be able to identify it and be able to pull the trigger. Like we all would have rather had Quan because I think he's awesome. But I think getting the center fielder and really solidifying the position of need for us, I think helps us just the same.
And again, we talk about and he probably just doesn't fit in that clubhouse. All right. And now at the time we weren't saying that. And I'm not trying to be like a Monday morning quarterback. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? He just Bader and just embodies that locker room.
Yeah, he
embodies
does.
the city. All right. And as a Cardinals guy, I see it firsthand. You know what I mean? Like I loved the guy for a long time. Now I was clamoring for him at the trade deadline. No. I mean,
no, but yeah.
Everybody that says they were, I mean, I'd have to say, come on, stop it. You know what I mean? But once they did it, it was like, okay, it's was that the move that, the sexy move that everybody wanted? No, but it's a guy that's going to play hard every day. And, he's going to go 1,000 miles an hour. And I mean, he's going to hit a ball down line. He's going to turn a single into a double. Right. Yeah. He's going to play, he's a plus defender. Right? He's got a good arm.
Really good center fielder from what we've had.
He's got a good arm. He's got
great reads.
He's got a good arm. And he just fits. And he's a dirt ball. He's a dirt ball.
But, yeah, and you need those guys.
Yeah.
And he's always been in these types of games, like his whole career. Yeah. Right. And I think that's the one thing you say good about him when we got him at the deadline. The one thing I said is he's always been in these moments. So when guys have played more of these games, I think it just helps you. It helps you. It relaxes you. These guys, it feels more like a regular baseball game for them, which is what you want. You don't want these guys like, too overjuiced for it because then you're not you, right? So you got to be what you are throughout the year. Yeah, I mean, crumb of the week, obviously, James Franklin. Not even Drew Howard, just James Franklin. We'll just start with James Franklin. I mean, Drew Howard too. That's fine. But start with that guy who can't win a big game ever. I mean, it's amazing. It's amazing how he gets that kind of money. You can't win a big game ever. I mean, we have as many big game wins as James Franklin. All of us that are commenting in on the show, anybody in the country has as many big wins as James Franklin, which is actually ridiculous. At a school like Penn State, who, he recruits like nobody's business, right, Sweeps? I mean, this guy, he got recruited. Where was he at? Vandy before this. He recruited great there, and that's what got him his name going. So now you recruit great. You're at a big school. It's easier to recruit at, and you're getting those players. You're getting those 4 or 5-star recruits, and you can't win a big game. Like you can't even walk into one. I mean, dude, that's terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I agree with Bill here. That's my other crumb is the NFL not letting a player get amped or flex. It's not even that. It's like you can't do it if you look at somebody. That's a great crumb. It's a great crumb, Bill. Great crumb. I agree with that crumb. So I'll add it to the crumb list. And yeah, they're pussifying it, Nikki. It's exactly what they're doing. And I don't know how you take a physical sport and you pussify it. Like there's no, like I don't know. I get baseball. Like they don't want you purposely drilling guys at 101. Okay. I mean, I still would, but I can understand it. I guess, right? If they were like, don't do it, it's a suspension automatically. Whatever the case may be, I can understand it. But this is a physical sport. It's violent, and guys make big plays. It's like, oh, you can't bat flip. Like, dude, I'm not a bat flip guy, but if you hit it, you name it. Like, there's the other argument that a bat flip is, well, don't let him hit one out. Like, and I'm not a bat flip guy, but I'm just saying there's arguments to both sides of it. So, why even argue? Like stop, let guys be guys. So if guys fired up because he makes an interception and he falls down, he looks at the guy like, who knows that they were college teammates? Who knows? You know what I mean? Who knows that they were childhood friends and they knew each other from the travel football circuit, right? I'm just saying, like, who knows where guys know each other from the combines here or there, wherever they meet, senior bowl, right? You know what I'm saying? Sweeps. Who knows where these guys meet? It's a small football world, just like in the baseball world, small football world. So the point is, like, how do you know? Like Trayvon Diggs was having fun with Jalen, getting after Jalen, walking off the field when we played Dallas. Okay, there was no flag there after he made a big play or a good play. So come on. And they're college teammates, they're friends. Like you actually want that. I encourage that. I encourage some, got you on that one. You better stop looking my way. Somebody's gonna flag guy for that. Like I get hands in the face of a quarterback. I get all that kind of stuff, right? Like I'm not gonna sit here and complain about the roughing the passers on the Eagles today, even though both were weak, but letter of the law, they count. You know what I mean? But I don't have to like it. I don't have to like it, but that's the rule. But this stuff's stupid, dude. Like the Cooper one just like turned me off. Like that's absolutely absurd. He didn't even do anything crazy. Like he's laying over him. How's he not supposed to step one way or the other? And then he can't look. Like I get it, but I don't. So there's what I got.
What's that guy's name? I listen. You couldn't agree more. I mean, Ali Omar is a fucking moron, and I didn't see that, but he's a terrible hire, and he's a yes man. He's a jackass. So not surprising he did that to Michael Bush, and I hope they were freaking screaming at him. You know what I mean? Scumbag.
No, hit that like over on YouTube.
Scumbag move, huh?
I'm telling the family, hit that like over on YouTube. Let's go.
So I don't know.
What are we doing? Hit the like. Hit the subscribe.
But that's to that point, yeah. What do we got? 4th down? Offensive guy put his hands on him. So maybe Don, you talking about offensive Don? That's what you got to be asking for Don right there, because and then the offensive guy put his hands over.
When they got 4th down.
Yeah.
Oh, that's close. I could see how they wanted that because they didn't turn around. But that's a close one. They let him play on that one. Take a timeout, Green Bay. Yeah, I was going to say that. I was like,
he might. I mean, I gotta rewind it. I mean, he might not have turned around, but the other guy.
I didn't think it was bad. I thought it was a good no call. I thought it was a good no call. I thought both were handsy.
Yeah,
if both are handsy, don't call shit. I hate it when they call something and both guys are handsy. If both guys are wrapped around each other, let it play. You both fucked up. Like you both gripped up. Like, why are we gotta throw a double flag? Just let the play go. It's over. On to the next. Like they should have meetings about that. You know what I mean? They should have meetings about that. Guys, listen, if both guys are raping each other, right? Just let it play, dude. Let's move on. Save the flag. Save the conversation. Save the numbers. We're on
completed it.
Oh, you're ahead. Yeah. Knew this was coming.
Yeah, so I agree with you. I mean,
I guess Eagles wise, who do I want to win? Do I want Green Bay to go to 3-1, or I want Dallas to go to 1-3? Like 1-3 or 2-2. I don't know. I don't fear Dallas, so it's like I guess I would want Dallas to win because I don't fear them.
Yeah, they're no threat. They're no threat.
No, that's what I'm saying. Green Bay's more of a threat than Dallas is, and I don't think Green Bay's a threat to us either. Don says you talk about CJ, GJ. Listen, I talked about him on Wednesday. I would absolutely find the spot for him in a nickel package, and Makuba's still young too, dude. So, and I love Makuba, but every time the guy's here, we go to a Super Bowl. So I'm not going to beg for him, but there's also a reason he's been different places. I get that, but again, these aren't guys you're bringing home to mommy and daddy. They don't have to be perfect. Houston stinks. So they're not a well-run organization. We can handle this. We have the leadership. I'm not worried about it because it's like league minimum. Like you ain't taking on a big contract. You ain't doing anything crazy at this point. You just got cut 4 weeks into a year. You know what I mean? So he's not getting big money or a 2-year deal. So why wouldn't you just take a shot? You got to be deep. You got to be deep in this. Like you're an injury away from stinking. So like, why not? That's how I look at stuff. Like, if I'm an injury away from stinking, right? Maybe it's worth it. Not to make him sit here, but you find he
never shuts up.
I know.
It's more of a problem than a producer, if you ask me. All right, but I know.
Yeah.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. I mean,
so not everybody can Super Bowl, so he feels weird.
No, I know, but not everybody can be wrong. You know what I mean? So I know what you're saying about, not having the stability these other organizations, like the Eagles have. But he's also a guy on every time he leaves, he's got something to say on Twitter about Eagles fans or somebody, in the organization. And then, so it's just
it's time it was
hit you in the ass, bro. That's deuces. As the kids say, deuces.
Yeah, unless I get a guy for $1 million that has to shut up.
Yeah.
I mean, that's how I look at it.
No.
Like you're in your last straw for money.
No, I agree.
Guys might shut up a little bit. If maybe it would be a last chance you, because it would be 3 strikes you're out, obviously. So it's a last chance you here and probably around the league for the most part. Because he's not going to get another 2-3 year deal after what happened in Houston. So if he comes here and we don't, hypothetically, he comes here for a year, he has success, and we don't re-up him for another year, that would say a lot to people too, right? Like if we win another Super Bowl and he's here and we say see you later again, when we could pay you $1.5 million, then it would say to people, okay, what's going on here? But again, not clamoring for the guy. I just like to be deep. I just like to get deeper. If I can get deep, like I said, Darius Smith, good signing. Like you're not going to find guys with 9 sacks last year that crawl on trees. So 2 weeks into the season. So good signing, right? At the time where you're not going to find guys like that. Same thing with CJ GJ. You're not finding guys like that this time of the year unless you're trading for them. So, if a guy falls off the tree, just go scoop him up. It's house money at that point.
Listen, I understand what you're saying. It's just,
Point
even if you take away the antics or the mouth and stuff like that, like you're good enough on defense. I know, like you said, you're always an injury away, but don't you want the young kid to keep playing? That's how you get better.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. You're right.
You got to keep playing.
That's my guy. I like that.
Yeah,
kid.
I
like him. So I do like him. So you're right. I was going to more play him at if Keely had a bad game. I was going to more like hoop out to the outside and bring him in and let him see if he can play the slot because that's where he originally is played. So I would put him in the slot, not the kid, CJ. Make sense?
Yeah, sure.
So that's the way I would do it because I love Makuba. I don't want him to come off the field. To your point, you take him off the field, like, are you helping him? More reps he picks that ball off today. This is my opinion. I don't know. I think the more reps, you're just faster.
Yeah, it's close. Yeah, absolutely.
But he's a good player. I mean, he's taken the football away 2 or 3 times. 2.
They got a winning identity. That's the only
first down.
That's
the touchdown. The touchdown wins it. Obviously,
that's all that matters. They have a winning identity. That's to that.
Green Bay doing went down in the first. Oh, it's a bad play call. Oh my God!
The same guy. He's been absolutely fucking dudes up all night now. That was
Diggs.
Yeah. The other dude with great cabbage has been fucking dudes up all night.
Well, this is amazing because it's awesome because it's touchdown or bust. There's no field goals.
Why? You would tie it.
Yep.
Oh, you mean
they could tie? I mean, I guess they could play for the tie. Are you playing for the tie down here?
Oh, okay. There's only 28 seconds left. I got you.
Yeah, but like the Packers can't play.
Yeah, I mean, it's like we all know it's like French kissing your sister, but I mean, it's better than a loss. But I hear you. I'm
fly home after a tie.
I'm going for dubs. I mean,
that's fun.
I
fly home after a tie always makes me laugh.
Yeah,
that sucks.
I couldn't agree more. But here we go, buddy. I didn't realize 21 seconds.
Oh, 28 for me.
I did not go down that far.
28 for me.
Didn't see the cleavage down there. 10 seconds.
I'm not there yet.
They're just letting this clock run. This is insane, bro. You might lose.
And what are they doing?
What? He got lucky. 1 second left. How is there 1 second left?
Are they kicking it?
Yeah, he's playing for the tie.
No way.
Fucking Skirty Skirtovich playing for the tie.
Oh my God, I hope he misses it. This whole game for a tie.
Oh my God! If you had
turn around, linebacker. Turn around.
Dude,
turn around.
They could have got 2 plays off. Oh my God! Insane. Wow. How's there 1 second left? Oh my God!
I can't believe they're playing for the tie. I can't believe they're playing. No way.
Hey kids, +7. Cash the ticket, Thomas. Let's go, buddy.
Oh, guys think it's right, but are we really playing for a tie?
He's going out there to hug people, sitting and peeing. If I had money line, I'd been fucking would have lost my shit. Oh God. Can't make it up. Nice tie, boys.
They died. They died. It's amazing. It's amazing. The NFL allows a tie to happen. I just can't believe they allow a tie.
I know.
40-40 tie. Like, you want to do all this stuff for the league.
Back to the pitch. No ties.
You want to take teams all around the country, all around the world, I should say, and then you want to like not let sell no taunting, but then you're going to let games that guys grind their ass off for 5 quarters. You're going to allow it to somehow end up in a tie. No, go to college football rules. of some sort.
And if you want to save these bodies, then let's do 60-yard field goals. I mean, they're the normal now.
Yep.
They're the norm now.
Everybody do it like hockey.
Three shots at 60 yards.
That's like a shootout. You do a shootout.
Yeah, put Jerry Jones on the goalpost and shoot at him.
Yeah, shootout. Wow, all out for a time. But yeah, cash tickets, right? Cash 2 tickets over here. But yeah, great show. Great Sunday.
Before we get out, because I don't know if you gave your weeks ago, like I said, there was Franklin's obviously at the top of the list for all Penn State fans, and obvious reasons. It's getting embarrassing. Kirby Smart's not much better, but even though he does find himself in the championship game usually, so one loss doesn't stub your toe, but 33 straight home wins, and you let Alabama come in here and
big win for Alabama.
Huge win. He opted not to tie it in the third quarter with a field goal, and then he had his young wide receiver dropped a walk-in touchdown. So, but his defense obviously bowed up in the second half, which he's known for. But still, at some point, you gotta stop letting Alabama push your shit in. You know what I mean? Like Saban's gone. Saban's gone. You know what I mean? So we know we know he was your daddy, but now he's gone. And you're still allowing it to happen. So terrible job by Georgia. So those two guys in college. I just want to go back a couple weeks because I know I haven't been on, so I apologize if you guys had alluded to it. You might have not have. Obviously, we're old school guys, and shit drives me crazy. I have no idea how nobody beat the shit out of Framber Valdez 3 weeks ago when he absolutely intentionally threw a fastball, crossed up his catcher, and threw a fastball.
Oh my God!
He wasn't happy, and he threw it off the rookie's chest, and nobody, and we didn't hear it. Nobody attacked him. Nobody beat him up. There was no brawl. Nothing. All right, and that's why you guys aren't in the playoffs because you suck. All right, your clubhouse sucks. All right, and you guys are a bunch of cowards. All right, you allowed that to happen to a rookie. All right, bullshit, absolute bullshit, joke. All right, and I couldn't wish anything worse on the Astros or Framber Valdez. Disgraced the baseball that had happened. Right, you had a little pity party. You gave up a home run, and then you wanted to take it out on a rookie catcher. Yeah. Right, and the poor guy, a veteran goes out there, kicks the shit out of you on the field. Right there where it happens. But I mean, the fact that nobody in the locker room did nothing, disgrace. Right, and that's why I'm so glad you guys at home watching, and you're at home watching the play.
We definitely talked about it. I don't know if we crumbled.
I'm sure you guys did. You're baseball guys, but
we definitely thought like, dude, he definitely did that on purpose, right? And I think there was definitely an agreement that happened. But the fact that nobody talked about it made it seem like the contacts are so dry. Holy shit! But the fact that nobody talked about it is where it was like, well, okay, we do it on purpose because I feel like he did.
It's just like
the way he looked at him.
Everybody picks and chooses, like I said, they pick and choose, and we all know we all hate the media. We know that, but they pick and choose what they. This guy's getting interviewed for a tie. I mean, what are we doing, dude? Like, get out of here, dude. You tied. Get out. We're interviewing a tie. All right. I don't care about his numbers. You tied. Get the hell off my screen. Get off my screen.
For you tonight. Why couldn't
I go find somebody else? Go interview the guys holding the chains. I mean, he there's a lot of first downs today. Don't interview these guys. Yeah. These guys tied. No, what was I saying? The media picks and chooses what they want to talk about. But the fact that was not front page and leading Sports Center, but when Castellanos hits a milestone home run and has a good game, we got idiot our own idiot guys that want to have an embarrassing interview on air. Come on, man! Nine times you guys ask the guys the same phone. I mean, ruin tomorrow.
And they follow up in the locker room.
We know you're a moron. Ruin tomorrow. We know you are. right? But you should know better as a
they
player.
followed up in the locker room.
As a player, oh yeah, I know it just gets worse and worse. I mean, everybody just kept. I'm just saying, the on-air interview was horrible, and then they just doubled down and asked him again. It's like, come on, man, stop asking the guy, man. Like,
how do you think he feels?
You know what I mean? Exactly. Guys used to playing every day, man. So, you know what I mean?
He could have come out of the lineup. He could have come out of the lineup. And you could have run away from the come out of the lineup before.
Leave it alone, man.
He comes in the locker room. They ask him seven straight times.
Yeah, leave it alone. So it's just like I said, they just
on Thursday. Yep.
Yeah, they pick and choose what they want. So, Valdez should have been, should have led. That should have been leading Sports Center, and people should have been calling for him. And the Astros, they had no balls. They should have suspended them because they got no balls. Again, love the fact that they missed the playoffs. They should have suspended them. They didn't do nothing, so they didn't stand by their rookie catcher. All right, and then I would even double down. And then the manager, and we know, he's a freaking coward, right? But he was cruising the other day, and they were winning big. It was like 7-0, and at 4 2/3, I would have made a statement. 4 2/3, I would have came and got the ball, and then I would have saw him. Now you want to attack me? 4 2/3. Let me take that win right out of your mouth in a 7-0 game. 4 2/3. I come get him and tell him that's for the young catcher. Now get and go hit the showers.
Yeah, thanks for getting wet.
Yeah, go get a translator to tell you where the shower is. Go hit the shower.
Yeah,
I can't even. Needed a translator to tell us it wasn't intentional. Yeah, I believe you. Thanks.
Yeah, just like Otani.
Unbelievable. Good 2-man crew tonight, though, huh? Good 2-man booth tonight. Joe Buck and Troy.
Yeah, it was.
I know those guys aren't liked, but I mean, they're the number one crew in Fox.
Great show.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely, Joe. JT, absolutely. But what did Pony Boy say as we're on our way out? Is Pony Boy? That's our guy. Pony Boy had a nice paragraph. What's up, Pony Boy? Good to see you, brother.
100% on purpose. Yeah, he's talking about that. And how could you imagine Harper or your guys on the Phillies not beating the shit out of a pitcher doing what Valdez did? That is disgusting. I could not believe how nobody talked about it. Yeah, that's where it was like, did it really happen? Yeah, because felt the same way. Like, why is nobody talking about it? It's clear on purpose.
Pony Boy's on
the NFL needs to change this rule. Who wants ties?
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly.
From a week 2 NFL.
Yeah.
We're allowing ties to happen on a great game. Hate the Cowboys, don't like the Packers either, but love football. And this was an awesome one. And let somebody come out on top. You're talking about Parsons. You're talking about the semi rivalry we have here. Now, yeah. So you just told us no team won off the trade.
Yeah, you just looked at yeah. And I look and then now I look at LaFleur so much different. Not that he was like, I'm just a monster LaFleur guy. Like I don't hate him.
Yeah, I didn't have like one way or the other on him.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Now I know he wipes front to back. You know what I mean? Like, now I know that. You know what I mean? Like, oh, buddy, you know what I mean? Like,
I wasn't sure either, but now it's confirmed. Yep. I couldn't agree with you more. Like I had no issues with him. I didn't know what he was.
He's a squatter. Yeah.
Yep. I know he won a lot of games, right? I know he's the guy who's won a lot of games. So I just didn't know everything.
Now you know.
Tonight tells me
NBC,
everything.
You know.
Imagine like what do you think Sirianni from the 20 is kicking? Maybe. But I don't think he is. I mean, from the 20 makes it harder, but it's their fault because they didn't manage. They had 40-something seconds left when they got down there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They didn't
manage it well at all.
Playing for. So, like, if something happened and there was only 1 second left, and I get it, Pony Boy, that's my guy, man. I miss that guy. Tough as nails right there. Talk about a guy that would have fucked.
Talk about a guy.
Talk about a guy would have, not only would have went for it. Talk about a guy who stands up and pisses, but a guy that would have kicked the shit out of Valdez right there. Pony Boy absolutely would have it would have been a fight to get to Valdez's locker room.
Yeah, Dan Campbell would have went for it easy. From the 20 made it hard, though. That's the point. From the 20, you almost have to kick it now because you fucked around. Like that's the other side of it too. Even though he's a pussy, but he can still score a touchdown. You know, it's not like he can't score a touchdown in 20.
Just mismanaged the whole thing. That's all
Yeah.
we were saying.
Yeah, that's why
That's
why he's a fraud.
When it comes down to 1 second, what are you going to do? Now, if you're inside the 5, yeah, of course.
Oh, if you're inside the 5 and he kicks it, he shouldn't be allowed on the plane.
Yeah.
Like, hey, we're gonna ask you to walk home. Well, great show. We love you all. Agree, disagree. HTD Radio. Fly Eagles fly. Go Phils. Playoffs tomorrow or Tuesday. Giddy up. Good luck, Donnie.
Good luck,
Wednesday
brother.
night, Don. See everybody else Wednesday night. ATD Wednesday nights. Tune in 10:15 Wednesday. Let's get after it. We out.